Hey there, wild ones. Welcome or welcome back. Kat here. I hope you're having a fabulous morning, afternoon, evening. Sorry about that. Wherever you are in the world, we're going to go ahead and see what lesson is coming through. Some of you might be feeling like things are heavy or you're having a difficult time, or you might be feeling like things are just falling right into the place and everything is going amazing. We're going to go ahead and see what lesson might be coming through, or what you might be learning, or kind of what steps you can take. We're going to find out what exactly it is that needs to come through for you, okay? Ooh, there it is. It flipped over just this way. So today's lesson, hopefully this is okay here. Let's take a look. It says change direction. Could it be any clearer than that? And look at, it's got the little what is it? Like a weather vane, I think is what it's called, almost on the top of a red barn. So some of you might actually have a red barn, indicating more so that this might be specifically for you. The weather vane, and like somebody's sitting on the chair at the top, kind of moving direction. So some of you have been wondering if it's time to do something different, move on to a different path. And here is your answer: change direction. That is what you need to hear. Somebody needs to hear. This is very specific, potentially for just one person. Are you on the right path? Are you going the right way? It's being indicated change direction, okay? We can change directions many, many different times in our life. I mean, if we think about wherever you are on your path, right? Maybe your first job and how far you've come, or maybe right out of high school or college, or after marriage, or maybe even after divorce or after a child, or whatever it may be, moving to a new city, what have you, different jobs that you've had. How many different versions of you has there been? Okay, or potential different versions of you. We learn, we grow, and we change all the time. And so change for some can be scary, but it is inevitable. And so now is a time for you to change direction. This could just be, some of you have been wondering if there's something else out there, and the answer is yes. Change direction and you will find it. Okay, so let's see what the lesson or the information is that comes through. It says today's lesson: know that healing sometimes depends on the strength, willingness, and ability to change direction. Okay, so it does take courage. Within change, there is an element of strength. There is an element of courage, because you know what? Changing directions, changing paths, it can be crazy. That's the word coming through here, crazy. Or crazy making. Sometimes we are like so stuck in our path, in our direction, in our place, that we can't see any way out. And it's coming through here that you can change direction at any moment, okay? It says many people postpone doing so due to fear or laziness, and then they wonder why they're not happy and healthy. Isn't that interesting? Okay, staying in one spot for too long is just not beneficial. It doesn't lend itself to success. It doesn't lend itself to growth, right? We tend to think that if we can be in one spot, or if we can stay one way or in one place, or right, without much change, or that things will just go swimmingly, that everything will be amazing. But that is absolutely, could not be farther from the truth. We need those challenges, we need those struggles, we need that growth to be able to not only understand and see what it is that we do want versus what we don't want, okay? But also to be able to be grateful, to have gratitude, to be thankful for the stuff that we have, for the successes, the achievements, even the losses, because it does bring experience, new understandings, growth, knowledge that we wouldn't have had otherwise, okay? So I don't know if I'm a fan of the word laziness. I don't know that that's always it. A lot of times there's procrastination, or defense mechanisms that are at play as well. So, take that as it resonates for you, but that's not my favorite for that to be there, fear or laziness. I think I would have worded it differently, but it is what it is, okay? Your goal to make one solid, effective healing choice by the end of the day that can positively change the direction of your life, okay? So look at this, isn't even saying make a huge leap. This is saying take a little bite-sized step. okay, by the end of the day that can positively change the direction of your life. It could be beginning to start a health regimen or a diet route or a workout routine, excuse me. It could be not having that extra soda or that extra sweet. It could be sitting down and writing out some goals or planning for positive change, right? When we write things down, we tend to kind of solidify them or lend to making them more real instead of just thought, okay? So writing it out can be very, very beneficial. What positive changes, what goals, what bite-sized steps are you ready and willing to take? And or what can you kind of begin to research that could positively impact your life? It could be as far as relationships go, as far as connections with yourself and others go, as far as your health goes, as far as your finances go, as far as your career goes, as far as your overall well-being, as far as your confidence, as far as your self-esteem. I mean, the list could be endless of things that you could potentially be like, okay, I can take a little step in this direction. And what tends to happen with little steps is they begin to build up and become bigger steps. And oftentimes, little steps turning into bigger steps can really create a collapse in other areas of our life. Meaning, if you start doing something, let's say as far as your health goes, maybe you start walking every day, or you start doing a workout routine, or maybe you are eating healthier every day, you begin to see that you sleep better. And when you sleep better, you're more alert. And when you're more alert, you catch on to things, or you're more detail oriented at work. So not only is it helping with this area, but it's also collapsing any or some of the situations or struggles or problems or challenges that you might be noticing in your other areas of your life, right? That's what that collapse is. It really can benefit you in many different ways, but you don't have to start out large. It can be overwhelming. It can be in a space or a place where we decide that that's not really what we want to do because it feels like too much work. It feels too hard. It feels as if it is a huge mountain that we maybe don't feel like we'd be able to climb. But if we can start with little tiny steps, right, and let them build up over time, really give ourselves grace, really give ourselves patience, really be in a space of, you know what, every little step builds to the next, builds to the next, builds to the bigger ones, right? Be very patient with yourself. You will begin to see just how much change can happen, right? How much that a positive kind of change and shift in the direction of your life, how much it can happen quickly, or more quickly than you would even imagine, and how kind of big it can be even with those little steps. So, okay, so this is what is coming through: change direction, let the wind move you, become aligned, right? And allow yourself to be in a space of, right, happiness and health, okay? Because this says, and then they wonder why they're not happy and healthy. Well, you can be happy and healthy. You can make the changes even when it's scary. Sometimes when it's scary, that's when it's the most beneficial. Okay, that is what I have. I'll see you in the next reading.